Boys Bible Study.
Boys Bible Study.
Get your hands up.
Boys Bible Study.
And some department stores even tell employees to avoid saying Merry Christmas.
What's the last comic book movie you saw, Nate?
I just watched Wonder Man today on Disney Plus.
Wonder Man?
Yeah.
The
It's the
fuck's
meta.
that?
I was tricked the same way I used to get tricked by everybody being like, oh, actually, Pixar movies are 100% for adults. They're like the best made movies, and they're full of things that kids don't even understand. So you should definitely see all of them. That's how Wonder Man is. It's like a backstage, as if it's like the player meets Marvel superheroes. It's very meta. It turns out the guy actually has powers, but he's also an actor trying to be in a movie about a fake superhero named Wonder Man.
It's like Wings of Desire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very much
what are
like
his
Wings
powers?
of Desire. As far as I can tell, the guy from Succession said that he can control ionic pulses.
Oh, yeah.
Which-
That will come in super handy.
Yes, which makes him, according to the scale of dangerous superhumans, he is near the top of it. According to the Department of Damage Control, which is led by the friend from Succession. His ionic controls are through the roof, and it's something that is so crazy. Even though this takes place in universe and after the Thanos snap of the finger rapture, this is actually even more serious.
Do people talk about that in the show? Like the amount of economic damage that must have done to...
They talk about it too much, Julian. That's the
world.
issue.
Oh.
Like,
Well, to be fair, that would be the most talked about thing for
Yes.
probably the next
I mean,
10,
think about how
50, 100,000, maybe the rest of mankind.
Yes, I mean, think about how often
The one
9/11
day where
comes
every
up.
half of the world died and
Yes.
came back.
Right. It makes sense, and that is the failure of, I guess, the shared universe type of larger storytelling is because as a viewer, it's like that was 9 years ago worth of movies, and also nothing has any stakes anymore because this thing already happened, so nothing else really matters.
Right. It is the biggest thing that could possibly happen did. You can't top it. That was pretty dumb of them. They should have just ended it with that.
It was like 100 9/11s.
Right?
Yes.
Or 25 October 7th.
I guess my favorite Biden quote is saying that October 7th was like 15 9/11s.
Yeah. You did the math.
That's
Yeah.
right.
The math always adds up.
Disgusting. Speaking of bleak endings to things, Julian, you'll be happy to hear I just watched Dead Presidents for the first time.
Oh, me too.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen
really?
that since I was a kid,
Yeah.
but I remember thinking it's a great movie.
It was a great movie. Where'd you see it, Nate?
Criterion. It was
Okay.
on. They were featuring it last month.
That's cool.
I don't remember why, but yeah. I
dang.
remember the poster really stuck out to me, and I had never seen
of
it.
course. Of course. Great poster.
Not to spoil part of our podcast, but let's just say we talk about how great Chris Tucker is in it quite a bit.
In Dead Presidents?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was before he was tainted by the island.
Yeah.
He was
Yes.
very good in
The
Dead
island.
Presidents.
He went to the beach where women never get old.
Yeah.
Dude, actually,
Okay.
this is funny. Now I think there will be a little podcast crossover now because I'm editing our podcast and now I will have to put in, that's where Chris Tucker went. We didn't really know where he went, but I forgot
Right.
the Lolita Express is where he went. Yeah.
Oh my God.
He that movie must have come out on video in like 96. I was 8 years old when I saw that movie. That was the last time I've seen that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Dang. Nate, I was hoping you were gonna say you saw it in theaters because I randomly got it on DVD probably about a month ago at the thrift store, and I was like,
really?
great, I've been meaning to watch this. But then when I was watching it, I was like, man, I wish I could be watching this on like film right now because it's like very cinematic and like big. And I was kind of like surprised that it isn't more talked about for like good 90s movies, but I think the ending's probably just too much of a downer, which is why I'm thinking about it now because you're talking about the Thanos thing. But
I think it is being like looked at again. It got really bad reviews when it came out too.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
It was pretty panned.
Yeah, I think it's getting a new appreciation. Mark Kermode, who I thought was like a streamer until recently.
Me too. What is he?
He's like a film critic. He's like a respected film critic.
Oh, really?
Mark Kermode.
Yeah, I thought he was
his
Twitch
legal
streamer.
name sounds like some kind of. He sounds like his real name sounds like some guy who like reviews like Apple products.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
He apparently has said it is number 2 on his top 5 underrated films of all time.
What were his other 4? So I know how serious to take them.
I don't know. It says I have to listen to a podcast to find out.
No, thank you.
God, who would do such a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
What idiot would listen to a podcast?
Yeah. I got to rewatch Dead Presidents. I've been meaning to for a while. Iconic look in that movie.
I mean,
The face
really,
paint.
truly, that the face paint, I mean, that stuck with me. Like seeing it on the streamer, like the second I saw it, I stopped what I was doing and pressed play because I just never could rent it as a kid for some reason.
Yeah.
I think my brother rented it because he thought it was a horror movie. I mean, it is types of horror.
Sure.
Right.
Just not the kind that, not like Freddy Krueger, which I think he thought we were getting into.
Right. Yeah. Not the psychological damage of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was putting it off to watching because I thought it was a heist movie, which is not like a bad thing, but I wanted to watch it when I was in the mood for a heist movie specifically.
Yeah.
And then I didn't realize that was only like one small part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It really spans time. Plus, you get Keith David in there. It's a winner.
Oh, yeah.
You know what else spans time?
Oh, yeah.
Go on.
I was going to say, I
segue.
just watched Bullet in the Head, John Woo movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Pretty similar kind of Vietnam War thing, I guess. It takes place during the Vietnam War, but it's an insane movie. But again, about like a bunch of friends who lives just get worse and worse as they get involved in crime related to the war.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was good. It would be a good pairing with Dead Presidents.
You know who else was around during the Vietnam War? Michael Flint.
Yes.
Yes.
He must have been real young, right?
Well,
I
no,
don't
he would
know.
have been. No,
He would have been
a
59 in
peak
2007.
age. Yeah, because he played 68, 69, 70, and 71 was the senior year he missed.
Right.
How long did the Vietnam War last?
I think
75.
It lasted
Wow.
into the you just said, yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's you saved me from saying
What the
something
hell was he
stupid.
doing over here?
He should
Well,
have
that's
been
probably
there
why he went to
hitting people.
college, dude. He was draft dodging. It
He
wasn't
was a
so
runt.
heroic.
He probably signed up and they told him he was a runt.
Yeah,
Said no
that's true.
runts.
No,
Yeah.
they probably said like they did the psychological evaluation of him and said, "Sorry, you can't serve in Vietnam.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
You don't
Right.
have the disposition."
We appreciate your enthusiasm for hurting
Sorry.
people, but
we
it's a
can't
little
even
too
send you to
much.
My Lai.
Yeah.
Should we start rolling?
Yeah, we are talking about the movie The Senior. All right. Welcome back to Boys Bible Study, the only podcast to successfully go back to college and sue for NCAA eligibility decades after the fact. I'm Scott, and I'm here with
Julian.
Ash will not be here vocally. He's still visiting the angel realm, whispering things in our ears and tapping on our shoulders and playing mild pranks on us.
Yeah, he was. He actually became a real life spirit after being killed on the football field, trying to. Let's just say he was getting a little rough with the passer. Returning to college for his final year of eligibility.
Well, it was worth it, though. It was all worth it. And today we have a very special guest, a good friend of the pod, actor extraordinaire, podcast host himself, and sports enthusiast, Nathan Faustyn.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really came in hot with that. Hey! Yeah, I was so excited to get into Christian sports. I'm so glad my reputation preceded me enough to where you gave me the call on this one. You put me in, coach.
Of course.
I feel like John Fogerty right now. Put me in, coach.
I think we missed an opportunity with the, what's that movie? The Kurt Warner movie.
Oh, yeah.
We never covered that, and this is the next best thing.
Oh. Hey, we still can. Next year, same time, same
next
place.
Super Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
And Nate, last time we had you on, was that for a basketball movie?
Yeah, we did. I came on for a basketball movie, and then what was I can't remember the name
and for
of it.
Fireproof, we had you and
we
David
came on for Fireproof.
Yeah,
right.
It was a big one.
Yeah.
Real big one.
Yeah.
I think
foundational
the basketball movie was the last time I had the voice changer. If you remember that. That brief era when I could make myself sound like a little kid, but it was not recorded for the podcast.
Ash was not happy about us for that. That was the last time that Ash missed one. And then he said, I can never miss one again.
Yeah.
You lost the privileges.
Which is why I'm bringing back the voice changer for this episode.
Why go to therapy when you can just beg your coach to redo your senior year of college football at the age of 59?
I think this pretty well effectively makes the case for no therapy. Like it almost, if I didn't know this was a Christian movie, I would think it is a Scientologist movie. Ooh. Because he's essentially doing a touch assist and going back to the place that his life got derailed, and he's reenacting it so that he can gain the power over it.
Yes. Did we even introduce this movie?
Today's movie is The Senior from 2025 or 2023. I have seen both things equally showing up, depending where I'm looking at it.
Starring Michael Chiklis, Rob Corddry, produced by Justin Baldoni.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Also, I don't think you should sell her short. Mary Stuart Masterson gave a master class. I
couldn't remember her name.
And it's based on a true story in a very, I think, pretty full way. I didn't look up to see how exact it was, but it seemed like they were using actual historical footage from 2007. And they showed the real Michael Flint at the beginning. And he looked, they did a decent job with the casting for like the person type, I guess. Like it wasn't too ridiculous.
I was gonna say they did him dirty.
that's what
he was in. Okay, yeah. He was in so much better shape in reality than he appears in this movie.
Dude. Yes, Michael Chiklis is many things, but a NCAA Division III football player, he is not. There is no amount of special effects in the world that could make that work.
Yeah, in reality, what was his name? Michael Flint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like basically like a lifelong like bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Not bodybuilder, but he was like a guy who just like lifted every day. Like he was in really, really good shape. He was a strength and conditioning coach for like his whole life up until having his manic episode where he had to fucking redo the last year of his college career.
Man. Interesting. So he really was in great shape then. He probably could have been. I mean,
yeah, I don't think he ran.
Don't recommend
he probably
it,
didn't. But. He probably didn't run around like he had just drank like a 2 liter of soda.
Yeah.
Which is how Michael, the
Chickless,
way I wrote down how Michael Chiklis ran in this movie.
Chiklis looked like the Monsters, Inc. Monday Night Football game.
Yeah.
Like he looked like a weeble walking around. It just didn't. Like, I think they were like thinking that he has the intensity like from his time on The Shield and The Commish. But like it certainly didn't translate. Like the action sequences really felt more like Bob De Niro in The Irishman. Like he doesn't move. You can't fake that. I don't know how old he is in real life, but like you can't fake that he is athletic.
Right. The real guy looked more like The Rock than Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, even so you said it was 2007. So when he gives his brief introduction before the movie, he looks like he's in better shape these 15 years later than Michael Chiklis.
When they meet each other in the behind the scenes stuff during the credits, he looks like he is maybe 100 pounds lighter than Michael Chiklis and also like a foot taller. So
I wonder if that runt thing was real.
I wonder. Maybe when he was a kid. But this is the senior. This is about Michael Flint. I guess he was a starting middle linebacker for like a D3 college. And it's all about him returning to college to heal his regret over the fact that he got into a fight with another player on the team. This is all true. He got into a fight and was kicked off of the team. Missed his senior year playing at, what the fuck was the name of this school?
Oh, like Der Sol?
Like Sally Rogers? Der Sol, yeah.
I thought it was a stand-in for New Mexico, but it actually is a real school. I looked it up while I was watching.
Yeah, it's like a small public school in Texas that plays D3 football. But apparently that is the thing that haunts him the most in his life, and this is all about him, like Nate said earlier, going and begging his coach to let him back on the team because he has like 6 unfinished credits. And Coach Rob Corddry decides to take a flyer on him and let him on the team, which, I'm not going to lie, this is one of the saddest movies I've ever seen.
It's profoundly sad.
The fact that anybody encourages this behavior is so depressing.
Oh, yeah. And how he came to the decision is he goes to his college reunion that he gets invited to, and he tries to like throw out the invitation, but his face tells all, so his wife pulls it out and is like, you should go. You have a lot of feelings about this. And he goes to the college reunion, sees his old buddies, and they were like, oh, you were so good. And many beers later, he decides that he wishes he could play again. And they're like, well, technically you still have eligibility. And then he finally, so the reason that he got kicked out from his senior year and still has the eligibility is because he got in an argument with some other college student, and he gets in a fight with him. He lays him out on the ground, and then the coach kicks him off the team. And apparently this is because he got in many, many fights with people. So he at this point in his life, decades later, is regretful and sorry that he punched this guy. Do you remember what the guy's name was? the other guy?
The guy who he punched?
Walker. That's what it is. Walker is the guy's name. So he sees Walker sitting at the bar, and Walker's been at the bar the whole time as if this is his regular dive bar after work at the high school reunion. His regular dive bar after work is the high school reunion bar or the college reunion bar. And then he goes to him and is like, yeah, he's telling him that he's sorry. And he's like, I'm sorry. Oh, we were both sorry this whole time. And then Walker himself encourages him.
Yeah.
He's also clearly been drinking. And it's like, you should do this. And that's how he came to this beautiful decision.
Yeah. It was because he went in with such a chip on his shoulder because I guess he doesn't know how to process embarrassment. So he just had some feeling and it wasn't hunger. And so he goes there and it seemed like everybody was just being nice. Like, whoa, you're still in such good shape. Look at me. I got heavy and old. Ha, 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 ha. You know, and he took it so seriously because somebody called him because he was the captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So he had this like giving him that like extra edge being the captain again. He just couldn't say no, I guess.
Yeah, he went from extremely regretful to, yes, I can play college football still in like minutes.
I'm going to call my wife and see if I can. It was the weirdest part, too, because after the reunion, to set up the fact that he's going to start figuring out if this happens, he just calls his wife and goes, honey, I need to stay a few more days. I'm trying to figure some stuff out.
This movie is literally the men will do anything other than go to therapy meme.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happened with his job? I missed where they ever...
Oh, no.
We first see him working as like a construction foreman and getting into a fist fight with some guy.
Absolutely nothing happened with his job. He gets in a fist fight, but he was 100% justified in pulling that guy out of the truck and punching him. And then his job is so supportive of him that they assured him that they would finish the house without him and there would be work for him after this semester when he comes back.
Now that he has like $40,000 worth of student loans.
Right.
Good point.
Like he has to sign up with Sally Mae or whatever to go back to
signs up for a predatory loan.
The 6
but he's old enough that he'll never have to pay it. Yeah, right. Yeah, they failed to mention that part, the cost difference.
This
was
from
then to now.
Very, very Gran Torino style movie too, where he's like, it wasn't that bad, but him beating up the guy, and then the way he sort of like connects with his younger teammates was very like old man is like the old man knows what's up.
Yes, he puts on Rubber Band Man, and all of a sudden they're like, "Whoa, this music's kind of like our music."
Yeah.
So I have to ask you, because you guys are so much more experienced with Christian movies than I am. There were like a few set dressing things, because I know Angel Studios, that's like one of the big ones. I felt honored to be part of one of like the mainstream. I'm like watching like the Universal Studios of Christian movies, but there was like a little set, and I know they obviously Michael Chiklis I don't think is a Christian, Mary Stuart Masterson, so I know they hire non-Christian people. There was when he pulls the guy out of the truck to beat him up, the guy has a Blue Lives Matter sticker on his truck.
That.
Yeah,
I think that's just I think that is just a low budget film. They weren't paying attention.
They weren't paying. Okay,
I found that to be so irritating. Even though that is the type of person who would be honking at someone whose car is clearly broken down and can't go around. Like, it was weird to see a guy with a Blue Lives Matter sticker getting beat up. Like, I think the thing about Angel Studios is a lot of these actors do these low budget movies just to get work, and then the movies get bought by Angel Studios.
Oh, right.
And are frequently like re-edited or like extra scenes shot to make them like more appealing to a Christian audience. Because Rob Corddry being in this movie was also very strange.
Yeah. That one had me
that like in a non-comedic role. Like this really felt like I show up for, a week of shooting and then we're done and I'm on to my next thing.
Yeah, going back to Sonic commercials.
Yeah. Also, him playing like an old guy was really strange.
Oh my God.
That did throw me off.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize him because I like recognized him, but just assumed I was wrong because he was,
right.
He had like great.
Same.
Well, the movie also, not to get too far afield, but the movie was shot so gray. Like everything looks like it's the prelude to an apocalypse.
Yeah.
And so
this is how they make their like really cheap movies look cinematic.
Oh, okay. They shoot it in the flat and then forget to color correct.
Yeah, but then like, there's nothing. It's really obvious when you shoot on these like really nice cameras that there's like no extras.
Right.
No art direction, no set decoration, like nothing.
Yes. It really challenged me as a viewer. And I actually toggled between two things to make sure that my TV wasn't the problem.
I couldn't help but feel like Rob Corddry was trying to disguise himself. Like maybe they gave him the hat and then he would wear it like even lower on his head.
Yes.
Than wardrobe wanted him to. Just as much facial obscuring as he could do.
Oh, he was happy to do this role. It would be fun to play a football coach.
It would. A lot of times I see these movies and I'm just like, this person had no idea what they were getting into. And they were just like, this movie will never come out. And then it's released on Angel Studios. And 3 men in their 30s and 40s will watch it and review it on a podcast.
That's right.
I saw Rob Corddry once in person at a Slint show.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So wow. I feel like he may be. That's why I'm willing to give him a lot of slack on showing up in this movie, because I can't imagine somebody who shows up to the Slint reunion tour would be like excited to be in a Christian movie about an old guy playing football.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but any of the three of us would have been excited to do the same role. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe he did it ironically.
Yeah, he probably did it ironically. Cashed the check so he could outbid Henry Rollins on like a Slint demo on Discogs.
But so Michael Flint, he tries out for the team, and at no point during when he tries out for the team and eventually makes it and then plays in a season of football or like half a season, he gets injured. But like at no point did I ever think like this guy is good at football.
No.
And they couldn't even like disguise it through editing.
No.
And I mean, it's Division III, but it's like, I've played like pickup basketball with a guy who played for a Division III school, and it was like going against Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like this guy, that was some of the funniest running I have ever seen in a film. The way he moved around the field.
He does look like he was running away from a bath.
Yeah.
Like a little boy running away from a bath. Like he had no body smarts at all. Like his like physical intelligence didn't work.
It might as well have been Don Rickles, like in his 50s.
Yeah. But honestly, I'm going to be fair to Chiklis. No one did. Like Chiklis was not the worst football player on the field. The extra who was number 33 was worse than Michael Chiklis. And that was a young person. Like who
was number 33?
I don't know. It was just a player who was so bad that I rewound it because I thought it was Michael Chiklis. Oh. But like towards the end, I don't want to give away any spoilers, but towards the end when they're making a comeback, there's a guy on our rooting interest who is moving so slowly and semi-chaotically and not doing football motion at all. It's like he's in like he's like hanging out with Gregory Hines or something. Like it just doesn't. Nothing is working there. No. Football's hard to capture because there's so much happening all at the same time, and from any angle. Like part of the reason they shoot it the way they shoot it is because from other angles it looks stupid.
Yeah.
Like when you're watching an actual football game on television. Then trying to recreate it here without some sort of like, they clearly didn't do a lot of rehearsal. It just didn't, something about it doesn't play. And so Chiklis wasn't alone in that. Like just no one, there was no feat of athleticism. Nothing looked good.
Yeah. Watching this movie and the reverence with which it holds football, and then seeing the football being played and everybody's reaction to it, and the sad man who needs to like heal his broken mind by playing another season of football, only to break his mind further. Yes. And having the sport be introduced as probably the greatest sport ever invented, like is so. I hated football by the end of this movie. Same.
I
like football,
not
but
I watch the Super Bowl.
even as a fan of football, I don't think I would ever consider it anywhere close to the greatest sport ever invented. It's like it has special roles in it that you're not allowed to do other stuff. It's literally just like roles and like positions, and you have to be like really fat to be good at some of the positions.
Right.
Yes. It's insane. Like, it's a spectacle and it's awesome, but I don't know if I would consider it like a great sport. It's not like you can get together and go to the park and just like casually play football.
And it's largely like
football with the boys.
You're in our sports group chat. You know, we've been trying to get a flag football game together for like 3 years now.
Oh, that's real? I just thought that was an ongoing joke at this point.
No, I mean, now it is. It hasn't been done with a lot of effort, but
every year that passes, every step closer to Michael Chiklis' age, it becomes more of a joke.
It's also like every time I think about like, we could go play some football, I'm like, I can't. There's literally an age limit on playing football. You can't. I mean, despite what this movie is telling you, like part of the reason it's so sad is because it is very true for a lot of people that they dedicate their entire life to a sport that is like, for 99.9% of the people who play it, is like completely over in your life by the time you're like 28.
Yeah.
Like you cannot join like a seniors football league, that like a tackle football league. I mean, sure, you could play like flag. I'm just saying, like the sport that you see on TV, you cannot play the same way you could go do a pickup basketball game or like a soccer
baseball, game. Any other sport, really. You can do some version of it later. But also you can't play football because it requires 22 people minimum.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Not to mention it's also just like financially exclusive for a lot of people. Like it is
you need all those
big
pads.
Field. And like it's just so stupid that anyone in their right mind would consider this a great sport. It's like American exceptionalism on display when anyone refers to this as like the greatest sport.
That is 100% true. But it kind of opens with that, like it has that narrator opening, the narrator that appears 3 times in the movie.
Yeah, his son.
His son. The great scientist.
Oh, yeah. One last thing I will say. I don't think there's any other sport in the world where majority of the people who watch its championship round watch it for the commercials.
Hey, don't forget the halftime show.
Yeah.
By the time you're listening to this, you probably already watched Bad Bunny get dragged out of the stadium by ICE.
Yeah, executed at the 50-yard line.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think Pete Hegseth is just going to put on pads and run towards Bad Bunny like the opening of The Last Boy Scout.
Yes, holding a gun.
That's a great football
That's how they're
movie.
gonna get him.
Screaming war eagle.
Yeah, now that if that was part of football, that would be the greatest sport ever created.
Yeah. I do think like Mutant League football, like every NFL blitz, like all the fake versions of football, like Billy Blank's running, like all of that kind of informs football into this larger spectacle that then when you watch it, like, you know, when I
I loved Mutant League football when I was a kid, and it was really disappointing to like start watching real football and like there's no decapitations.
Right.
You can't kill the ref.
Yeah, you
after
can't
he blows
tear
the
a
whistle.
ref in half.
Yeah.
I did not pick
Anyway.
up that was the son. I feel like a total dunce. Maybe I was taking too many notes like I was back in college and I didn't.
It's like one line right at the beginning of the movie. Blink and you miss it. This is a very dense movie that you have to be paying attention to the whole thing.
That's right. His son, his gifted son, who hates fighting and loves science. What a disappointment.
To your point that this is the movie, like the one of the great examples of men will do anything but go to therapy. It is also kind of a perfect encapsulation of middle-aged men in America generally, that it's like the only way to fix anything or change anything is to dig in harder and do exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
For 1 hour and 20 minutes, his son won't talk to him. So the only thing he knows how to do is play football even harder. And eventually his son talks to him.
Yep. It's funny. It's like, first off, they got to remake this movie with Dean Cain joining ICE.
Yeah.
Because that is what a 57-year-old man would do now when feeling like alienated by his family and unable to reconcile his past failures.
Yeah, good point.
But the kid was the only person who made any sense in this movie. I would feel absolutely insane if my dad was going to join the football team at the age of 58. And everyone in my family was supporting the decision except for me.
Right.
The
Oh
most
my God, yeah.
smart and successful person in the family. In this scenario.
The son, although he was making it known that he was not happy with it, he could have gone a lot harder. That's...
Yeah.
Although maybe he's just scared of his dad punching him in the face or whatever.
Yes.
Since we have flashbacks of him being like, hit me.
Yeah. The great Santini.
Yeah. There's also every time he tries to relate to his son, he says, "Hey, Buttercup, why don't you punch this punching bag?" The subtle nod, like he's like, "You used to have a good left, but now you have a weak left." I couldn't help but wonder if there was some subtext there.
Right. You used to be straight. Now you're gay.
Yeah. That's what that's all I could think. Poor Micah.
Ever since you took that biology class, you've been gay. You should be a real man like your dad and join the football team.
And punch this bag.
Punch this bag.
To your point, Nate, he basically just keeps asking him to punch the bag in different ways.
It's so
the only
unhealthy.
option.
It is so sad and unhealthy that they try to excuse this whole movie by saying like, well, you know, he was also abused by his father. Like his dad called him a runt and like trained him too hard. And then he like developed rage issues for it and was kicked off the football team. And now he has to go back.
That was the strangest thing too, because his dad called him a runt and beat him up and then gave him this like very intense work ethic to where I think usually when you're a captain, the team votes you in to be your captainship. So he was the popular captain who was voted into captainship. And then he got so mad with power that he saw one of his fellow football players drink. The fight that gets him kicked off is he sees one of his fellow football players drinking a beer in off hours and headbutts him and beats him up. Like a fucking militarized police officer. Like, he goes from like jovial bud to everybody to then immediately being so drunk with power that he becomes an iron fist ruling narc.
Yeah. Hurt people.
Yeah, that's true.
But then once that happens and he has that line where he's like, I'm exactly what you raised me to be, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm exactly what you made me, Daddy. That's what he said.
Yeah, he holds on to that bitterness.
I would think that if you got in such an altercation with your dad that you stopped talking to him for a long period of time, that when you raised your kid, all you would be thinking is, I'm not going to do what my dad did.
Right.
But,
yeah.
Well, that's why he got a punching bag.
Right.
There was no question there would be punching, but
yeah,
just direct it towards the bag, I guess.
Should we talk about his? Well, he's unable to have a relationship with his own son, mostly according to the movie, because the son disapproves of his dad joining the football team.
Right.
Which in real life, I think his son went to Tennessee at the time of when he rejoined the football team. And judging by the file photos, it seemed like his son was pretty supportive of his dad.
Gotcha.
But he struggles a little bit, but seems to have an easier time relating to a lot of the players on the football team. This was just so painfully awkward. Every interaction between him and his teammates was just like, God, this is excruciating. It's a fucking fictional movie, and we're supposed to believe like he's having like it's going well, and still it made me feel so uncomfortable.
It was so
seeing
cringe.
him interact with his teammates.
The strange thing to me too was that so his real strong suit as a player on the team is that he has football wisdom, and he doesn't look down on his teammates, and he talks to them as equals because he desperately wants to be treated as an equal, of course. But through that, I kept thinking he'd be a pretty good assistant coach. So why wouldn't he just do that instead? You don't have to play. That's kind of
suit up. Yeah.
Embarrassing to play.
Yeah. They all liked
be a
and
coach,
respected
dude. It's
him.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And really the only thing cringier than watching him deal with the teenagers and early 20-year-olds in the locker room was him referring to his peers as coach. Every time he talked to Rob Corddry, I had to bury my face in a pillow. It was too much for me. I felt embarrassed for the two human men who had to act that out. It was this movie definitely really kind of showed the limitation, I think, in a small way, of the Christian movie, though, in that they had to make the locker room kind of rough hewn and difficult for him to get involved in without swearing or sexuality or anything. He had to relate to young people without swearing or sexuality. And I think Michael Chiklis, when I was watching, I was like, damn, he's just cashing a paycheck, until I realized that I think a lot of his power comes from, as an actor, does come from swearing and being unhinged violent and being a bad cop, on television. Yeah. And when you can't do any of that, it's just kind of this neutered whimper that he yells with. And it made him seem wimpy. Again, he's not going to physically abuse his wife, even though he's extremely abusive to her. But then because she's so forgiving, it does feel like a dog, like a puppy who's really mad or pees the ground, and then everybody has to clean up after it.
It did. Yeah, that would have been an R-rated version of this with Michael Chiklis would be great. I was thinking too, remember when he goes into the one time they show him go to a college class, because that's the thing his wife says. She's like, okay, well, I agree with you finishing your degree. And so is actually going to classes too. And the one time they show him go, there's like, a college student who's a pretty young woman who talks to him. And then his teammates like, hey, I'm okay with you stealing a spot, but don't steal our girls. And then I was like, is this going to be more of a thing where there's like, girls trying to
beloved
mac on him?
Yeah. But then they see him talk to his wife after a loss and they're like, oh, okay, we don't have to worry about this guy.
Yeah. It should have been more like back to school.
Dude, that was
more fun.
I wrote that down.
Why is he going to classes? Isn't that
what
aren't classes just like the team managers are supposed to go to those instead of the players anyways?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so here's some more lore. This guy, the reality of this man is he was a longtime strength and conditioning coach at the University of Nebraska, the University of Oregon, and Texas A&M.
So huge colleges.
And he founded an organization called National Strength and Conditioning Association. So this guy was literally like dedicated his entire life to being in shape.
Wow.
He was not a construction worker with like a beer gut. Mind you, all that coaching was before he rejoined the football team. Like probably as like a strength and conditioning coach that suited up.
Right. So you're saying possibly a little different than just getting drunk with the old gang and being like, yeah, I bet I could do it. I'm going to do it.
Okay. Apparently that part is true. I have not found anything to dispute that. In fact, everything says that he was swapping old football stories with his friends and they encouraged him to go back and rejoin the team. He says that his greatest regret was not finishing his senior year. So, I mean, you know what? We all have regrets.
Yes.
Sure.
I would be a little insulted if this movie was made about me and it made me out to be like some fat loser.
I didn't finish my senior year of high school basketball. I quit in the middle of the season. True story.
Would you consider going back?
No. Oh my God, no.
Well, because the game has changed. Now it's about all the
wish I could have.
I
wish I could go back to a different high school and play basketball there, but I probably should have quit my high school team sooner, to be honest. I regret not quitting sooner.
Well, you could go back and enroll in your junior year and quit then.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Good idea.
What else in this movie? What about the actual... Most of this movie is just watching a pathetic loser try to play football with like kids. But it was very funny how the culmination of all of this hard work and including like working his way back from injury.
Oh God, the injury stuff too.
Yeah. Do you want to speak on that a little bit?
The injury. So, this comes from personal experience. So, I really appreciated. I think that was actually the best part of this movie. I have a rotator cuff injury right now, so I could really.
Oh yeah.
I could really connect with it, but I
You're
actually
getting choked up during this part.
I do think that was maybe one of the parts that worked for me about the movie was they're showing like the long, annoying frustration of rehabilitation and like the isolation of rehabilitation. And like made me think that there probably is a good movie about that somebody hasn't made. But and this gave us a little window. But essentially, he is in practice, and the team bully, everybody uniformly likes him except for one guy who just really resents the fact that he's old, and he shoves him to the ground. And sadly, Michael Chiklis busts his shoulder, and the doctor gives him the very medically technical prognosis that your shoulder's busted, and until you can lift a football above your head, you cannot play college football. And so then
McCain.
He's been completely McCained, and he spends the better part of the movie, really. Most of the movie is him trying to lift a football over his head and then screaming violently at his wife when she tries to encourage him in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Really, the only real emotional stakes in the movie is in these in-between moments where his wife tries to say anything to him and he screams in her face.
I really hope the real guy is not like that.
I know.
If I was him, I would be, like you were saying, you would be insulted because of the way they portray him physically. I think he would also probably be insulted in the way that he is extremely powder keg abusive to his wife, and there's no redeeming. The only reason it ever gets better is she forgives him.
Yeah.
He like, they lose a football game and she's like, dang, they should have played you tonight. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I will end you.
Yeah.
And then she comes back
home.
smiling and she's like, honey, I was going to leave you, but I decided I'm going to give up and let you do whatever you want.
As it should.
Which is, he doesn't play in games. The only time he plays, they ultimately, for the last game of the season, are like, well, I guess you could block with the field goal unit and special teams.
Yeah.
And he plays 2 plays, and they it is very funny how they had to dramatize a successful block.
Yes.
Not blocking the kick, mind you. Like, he is just standing there stopping a guy from running at the kicker.
Yes.
And they act like it's the greatest play, which, was kind of interesting in terms of football. I find like you said earlier, Nate, there is so much going on in football, and all of it is as important as the next. Every little thing happening is individually the most important thing happening.
Right.
If anybody fails at what they're trying to do, then that can be disastrous for everybody, which is a very fascinating part about the sport. And so I guess, to this movie's credit, I've never seen a movie portray that part of football. I don't think that was necessarily what they were going for.
The battle of the special teams blocker.
But it was Rudy, he plays one possession, but he sacks the quarterback.
Yeah.
This, he just gets in the way of another guy. And then I feel like they added in that other play.
Yes.
Where they fumble the snap and he has to have a game-winning block, I guess. He blocks for the...
it was a very exciting block.
Yes. Yeah.
Did either of you look up to see if that's really what happened in real life? I mean, I'm sure it didn't, but...
No, I don't think I can find any information about the man actually playing football.
I did love, though, that first stop he has, which is, just doing the job of lineman, keeping the guy in front of him. How quick that was, and being like, wow, you went through all this. You've been so miserable all these years. You're being horrible to your wife. You're wasting all this time. You're putting in the good, pulling strings with your job so that you can be here, just so you could do that with one random dude.
Right. Yes. You could beat up a 22-year-old minority.
This man needs to have it. Yeah. Also, the movie felt extremely racist, in a way that I have not seen movies do in a while.
Yeah, it was of another time, and even the parts that were not being outwardly racist, like the characters were not caricatures or doing terrible, being darker skin tone, thus they are bad people.
Yeah.
The even when they're talking about the grandeur and beauty of football, they're talking about how the one rapper kid gets hurt and he says something like really dry. He's like crying in the hospital, and he's like, football's such an important part of my life. It's lifting an entire generation out of poverty. Yeah. I'm the first person that goes to college, and I was going to go pro. That would lift my entire family out of poverty. Like,
and this is 2007. The housing market's about to crash.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, you play for a D3 school.
Dude.
You're not going pro, dude.
No, you are not. I'm sorry to say that.
I think you meant you're going professionally at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. If you're pinning your hopes and dreams on football,
you
get good deals on used cars when you work for Enterprise. If you're a manager,
professional strength and conditioning coach. Exactly.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that there was so much of that type of just very oddly cringy characterizations. It's also I mean, I know football. Sorry, this is a little bit of a football tangent, but like football itself, I don't know how coaching works in sports. It must just be like when you're in the emotion and the heat of the moment, you need somebody to like remind you to shoot the basketball into the basket or make a touchdown. But like watching it displayed here, it really fell so flat because like the greatest thing that Chiklis brings, like again, all he did for this entire gambit, all he really did was block somebody on a field goal in a meaningless game at the end of the season. So really what he brought was this unifying force to the football team and like sage wisdom and advice. But like when he's talking to people, he's so didactic and it's so weird to hear him like, oh, you got to go low and wrap up. When you tackle, you got to hit the guy lower than he hits you. Wrap him up. Like, that's just the basic premise of how to play football. Like, I don't understand what he's getting at. But then all the guys are like, thanks, sir. Hey, don't call me sir. Call me Mike.
God.
There's a little bit of, and if I'm jumping ahead, you can cut me off, but that, You mentioned earlier that Angel Studios buys movies, and then sometimes they'll shoot like a couple pickups to fashion it in.
They do buy movies, but I'm making up that they shoot extra scenes. Maybe that's my theory.
That's your theory.
That they re-edit and possibly
because this did have like his advice to people was like more based on like that New Age book, The Secret. Like he's like, just you need to meditate and visualize that you get 25 tackles and visualize that you win the game, and then you win the game.
Yeah.
And
sure.
And really the only like Christian element outside of no one swearing was there was like one throwaway scene where he discovered his dad had a Bible.
Yeah. I don't think Angel Studios really. They do have Christian themes in their stuff, and they are seemingly like repurposed movies to be more like appealing to a Christian or family friendly audience. But I very rarely do I don't want to say rarely. Like it's not surprising to see a movie that does not have like overt Christian stuff because like their biggest movie was Sound of Freedom.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The pedo movie.
Yeah.
Which, man, they should be putting that back in theaters for the Epstein Files.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Or at least get a sequel up.
Yeah. But I don't think they'll do that given their political leanings.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that movie is like not Christian at all, but it's like a huge hit with Christians because they're obsessed with human trafficking.
Right.
Yeah, they should do a sequel now where they're returning the kids to the guys and being like, "Sorry, sir. I respect your decision making."
Yeah, I didn't realize the president was here.
I do like with Angel Studios at the beginning. It says this film is approved by the Angel Guild.
I missed that. That's amazing. What is the Angel Guild?
Is the Angel
Is that what
Guild?
Wings of Desire was about?
Maybe.
Nick Cave personally. Bruno Gans watched this movie and said, "Yes, yes, yes." That was my other question, because is Angel Studios? I'm showing my whole ass here. I don't think I've ever seen an actual Angel Studios movie. The Sound of Freedom, there was a problem when I rented it, so I wasn't able to see it.
Oh, bummer.
But it was like I think we just lost the internet or something. But whatever. Is it one of those? Is it like a network of mega church financiers? Can you buy your way into the movie? Because it did feel like a lot of people, a lot of church parishioners, like when he went to his reunion, those were not actors. And when he was in college, the other students were not actors.
Right.
So the Angel Guild is a membership based program from Angel Studios, where, according to Google AI, you get to like vote on what. Okay, yeah. Here, if we join the premium, this is only $159 a month. We can join the Angels Guild at a premium.
$159 a month?
Oh, sorry, a year.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We get to share free access to shows and films with friends and family. You can stream in 4K. We get free movie tickets and more. We go ad free. We can stream in 4K. We can vote on concepts and films to decide what we greenlight next, which I believe is what the Angel Guild of Approval is.
I see.
Or the Angel Guild approval is.
Wow. That's a lot of power. That's like the Eli Roth is doing that with horror movies now. That's his new company. It's the same model exactly. He must have ripped it off.
What's that called?
I don't remember. I heard him.
The Devil's Guild. That's Twisted Freak.
Yeah.
Well,
sorry, I'm looking at these Angel Studios movies that are available now.
Yeah, what else is on the, like, if I was to pay that $159, like, what am I getting? They did this, obviously. I think they didn't they do the Kurt Warner movie?
Maybe.
Yeah.
What's it called?
With Chuck. American Dream or something. I think
who cares?
I think they may.
Their big new release right now is Solo Mio, starring Kevin James.
Right, Kevin James. I keep seeing ads for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Angel Studios is pretty dope though, because you can get free tickets like really easily. I got free tickets to Sound of Freedom. I got like 8 free tickets.
Hell yeah.
Because it just didn't give you a limit on how many you could apply for.
Like some rich guy paid for him and you just kept taking them?
Well, that's how, because that's, I believe, how movies like...
It was part of their success model to keep it in theaters. I thought it was pretty smart, because it's like, why use your $35 million advertising budget? Use like half that for the advertising and then the other half just to buy tickets, so you can keep the movie in theaters longer.
I do think that's what is also happening with the Melania documentary right now, which apparently blew away box office expectations and made $7 million instead of $3
million or whatever. Yeah,
man, I wish I lived in Boston, because I saw a Craigslist ad that said you could get a free ticket and be paid $50 if you watch the whole movie.
It's a tough moment right now for the Melania doc, because unfortunately this latest trove of emails has some photos of director Brett Ratner literally on a couch with Jeff Epstein and 2 underage women.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw one of those
right
pictures.
in time for his big comeback, unfortunately. He's right behind me. Did this movie?
Do you think the budget for Rush Hour 4 is in the new budget plan to avoid the government?
Yeah,
Trump won't start the government back up until they can allot money for Rush Hour 4.
Oh my God,
$150 million for.
I hope so.
Because what? All right, so the Rush Hour 4, Jackie Chan is a treasure. He's fantastic. He's been in so many great movies. It is going to be essentially like Michael Chiklis trying to play football at this point.
Right.
He can't jump through. He's not jumping through a ladder anymore.
No.
Jackie Chan.
How old is he now?
Chan? Yeah, no
Jackie
way.
Chan.
I don't think that movie is ever going to come out. I'm not going to lie.
No.
I have
If
faith.
Trump said there was going to be a Rush Hour 4, and you can say what you will about the guy, but he's not exactly famous for following through on his promises.
Whoa.
Well,
I believe it. I believe in Rush Hour 4. I believe in Chris Tucker. I believe in Jackie Chan. The hijinks that they are going to get into are unstoppable.
I'll watch it.
I
still got to see Rush Hour 3, actually.
It literally is direct. It's directed by a guy who went to Epstein Island, and it stars a guy who went to Epstein Island.
Yeah. That's why it has to get made.
Yeah.
Poor Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's just riding a Segway, minding his own business. Although I think he's actually comported himself pretty poorly as well, from what I've heard.
Well, actually, you know what? Never mind. It looks like it is going forward because of the Ellisons.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It was part of the purchase, I think. They had to greenlight that and hire Barry Weiss, and then they were allowed to get it.
That's wild. That's
This
wild. I
movie-
heard there's a moment in the Melania documentary, which, to be fair, she does not say as a documentary, but everybody else is calling it
It's a
that.
portrait.
But apparently, there's a moment where she's is letting loose a little bit, and she and Brett Ratner are driving in a car together, singing along to Billie Jean.
Oh my God, that's so funny. That's such a great allusion to the time. Have you ever seen the clip of Brett Ratner telling a hilarious anecdote about going a late night driving around with Michael Jackson?
No.
So he went on, I want to say Kimmel. He went on some late night talk show, and he was telling an anecdote about how he was friends with Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson called him up in the middle of the night and had his limousine driver pick him up. And they were wearing pajamas, and he was like, "We're going to go for a drive in our pajamas." And so they do it. And then Michael Jackson puts on a mask, and they open the sunroof. And the goal of this drive is that Michael Jackson prepared a bunch of water balloons, and they drove around and threw water balloons at homeless people. And
awesome.
Brett Ratner tells this story like it's this really charming eccentricity of Michael Jackson. And even the audience in 2009 is like, ugh. Yes.
And now Michael Jackson, I know you're a friend of Michael Jackson's.
Yeah.
Did you meet him from a music video?
No. I met him, when I did the first Rush Hour, and that's a long, crazy story, but people, don't really know Michael as well as I did, really. And
Most people don't.
Well, yeah, but they think they know him, but he was probably one of the funniest human beings ever, and he would...
For real?
No, really, and all he wanted to do was practical jokes on people, and I'll never forget, I would sleep in the Elizabeth Taylor suite when she wasn't there at Neverland.
Okay.
And, you always felt like you were being watched constantly, like there was hidden cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping one night, and his voice, because there's an intercom system, and he goes, "Brett?" I go, "Yes." I was sleeping. I woke up. He goes, "Are you sleeping?" I go, "Yes." He goes, "Wake up. I'm sending Kato to come get you." And I'm like, he had a limo driver who was a short Japanese guy named Kato that he would make wear a tuxedo and a hat. And he had the longest stretch limousine you've ever seen in my life. So Kato comes, he goes, "You could stay in your jammies." So I stayed in my pajamas. I go, "Where are we going?" "We're going to 7-Eleven. "What are we doing?" He goes, "You'll see. Here, put this on." I go, "What is that?" It was a mask. I said, "I don't need a mask, Michael." He puts on I go, "I'm not Michael Jackson. Maybe you need a mask." He puts on a Hulk mask and says, "Go into the bathroom. Meet me in the bathroom." I go, "This is getting strange, okay?" 4 in the morning, we're in Santa Barbara in a 7-Eleven. "You want me to meet you?" "Buy some balloons." He comes in the bathroom. We start filling up water balloons, and he literally sends me out to the car. We filled up about 100 balloons. We get back in the car. I'm like, where are we going? He goes, you'll see. We're driving down empty road. I said, what are we looking for? He goes, you'll see. No one is in sight. It's 4 a.m. in Santa Barbara off the freeway. All of a sudden, there's like I guess it must have been like a homeless guy just walking on the side of the expressway. And the guy is just literally walking like this. And Michael Jackson says, Kato, hit the brakes! and he slams the brakes. And I literally look out the window, and this guy's like this. Like, he thinks that he's going to be attacked. And all of a sudden, Michael Jackson pops out of the sunroof with the Hulk mask on. Imagine how scared this guy was at 4 a.m. And he goes like this, and the guy's like this. He doesn't know which way to go, and he can't see. It's only a water balloon, and he whips the water balloon at him, and the guy just starts running in the other direction. Goes, Kato, throw it in reverse! And literally, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, and we catch up to the guy, and the guy just stops, and he just hits him with the water balloon, and he goes, Kato, go! And we run off, and I'm like, do you think the police are not going to know Michael Jackson with a Hulk mask and a stretch limousine is throwing? And we laughed the whole night. I couldn't even go to sleep. It was like the craziest thing I ever That's the craziest thing that's ever happened.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's it's so grim. So I'm glad he put a little allusion to it in this.
Yeah. Pedophiles in cars getting coffee.
I don't care, to you.
They should do pedophile carpool karaoke, and like they both ride around in one of those like Little Tykes red cars,
singing Gary Puckett and the Union Gap's "Young Girl."
Yeah.
Oh my God! Listening to Rock and Roll Part 2.
Yeah. Well, he saves the day. He gets a bucket of Ensure dumped on his head. Instead of Gatorade. And then the man is healed.
Yeah.
And his son even comes up after the game and is like, gives him a hug and is like, I love you, Dad. I, just like Mom, I gave up too. Whatever you want, Dad.
There's a beautiful, wonderful bookend closure where early in the movie, when he's sitting on the couch, drinking a beer, watching VHS taped Texas A&M games, looking unhappy, you see in the background that he has in his adult house living room all 3 of his jerseys from freshman, sophomore, and junior year shadow boxed on the wall, and there's a space missing. So at the end, when everything is good and his wife comes in to grab some corn or whatever to go outside while he's punching his punching bag, she shuts the door behind her, and you see they have framed the 4th jersey.
Healing journey complete.
Yeah. There is the indignity. I'm looking through my notes. I am seeing there was one indignity we didn't cover, though, which is when he originally injures himself and they decide not to let him travel with the team, he shows up to the team bus to give the guys a pep talk, and then Rob Corddry says, nah, don't worry about it, and wouldn't let him on the bus.
Why didn't they just cut him from the team?
I know.
That's what I didn't understand either. Like, just cut him from the team and bring somebody else on.
Even getting injured and then like fighting his way back again. It's just like, even if that happened in real life, just take this part out. It's so stupid. It's enough of a challenge.
You're also jeopardizing what little earning potential you have left for the remaining 6 years of your working life. Like he's at least within the movie, he's a construction worker. I guess within real life, you could probably tell guys how to lift weights without doing it personally.
There's a guy my freshman year of college on the same floor as me in my dorm who he would get really drunk and get really depressed about how he, in his the last game, like a playoff game, his senior year of high school, he fumbled the ball at the goal line on what would have been the game-winning touchdown, and the other team recovered and they lost. It was like he was it's like he was having Gulf War flashbacks or something, talking about it, and he was like, my coach said my knee was down. The coach said my knee was down. And he would also get really drunk and come into my room at like 1 a.m. and say stuff like, I just am not comfortable knowing that you are going to like burn in hell.
Oh, wow.
Because of your Jewish faith.
Wow.
And I was like,
interesting.
Okay, dude. Well, I am comfortable knowing that. So please leave my room.
Night, night.
And
you're like, it's called Sheol and it's pretty chill. It's really just whatever.
Yeah. He dropped, he eventually, I think a year or two later, he dropped out of our college and enrolled in a Division III school so he could play football.
Wow.
Dang.
And now Indiana is your national football champions.
That's right. Big congratulations.
Like a little
there.
Addition by subtraction there.
They maybe not 59 years old, but they had an open door policy. They were bringing in a lot of older players.
I don't knock this guy. If anything, every team needs a couple Michael Chiklises to put them over the edge.
Yeah. It's kind of incredible because your story in this movie, and just thinking about my own personal life, like my brother had a football injury that really derailed his life for about a decade, like mentally and physically. And like the idea that now when I visit my folks, we still sit down and all watch football together and scream for 22-year-olds to die on the field. It's so strange thinking about, like, we've just evaporated it because it is such a powerful sport. It's such an entertaining thing. And like the movie posits, it's really the, what Michael Chiklis says in the locker room at the end of the game. You'll live your entire life. You'll do many things, but really the best moment of your life is being part of a team.
Yeah.
And so whenever I can take that away, even if it's just civically, I used to live in a city that now I root for their football team. It really does make me feel that sense of community.
You should just join the police like my brother-in-law did after you fucking are done playing football.
That's team.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I think that's the problem with this latte generation, bro. There's no one. We're all saying team at work when we're talking about, TikTok videos and stuff. With these people, This is actually team, right? Putting out fires is team. Gridiron strategy is team.
Yeah.
This, talking about, making sure you updated the spreadsheets, that's not team.
Microsoft Teams. That's not team.
That's not team. There's nothing team about Microsoft Team.
Yeah.
No offense, Scott, but oh, never mind. Sorry, I was going to reference something that we did off mic. But
we'll never know.
I do want to ask you, did you feel the same way I did, though, that this movie was missing about a half an hour of runtime because it was like derelict of duty? He should have had a professor positing something anti-biblical. Like there was just, it was missing that God's not dead element.
Yes, right. Because that's actually, I said the other day, I don't remember if it was in the chat with both of you or just to Julian, but I was like, after I watched The Senior, I'm going to watch Gramps Goes to College just to see if there's any parallels.
Yeah.
Right.
And Nate, I don't know if you ever watched Gramps Goes to College or not. You definitely should sometime. It's fantastic. But it is similarly about a Gramps who goes back to college basically to own the libs. He's like having arguments with his professors and stuff about evolution, and he wins over everybody, of course.
Nice, of course.
And he's super competitive. But after I watched this, I was like, well, I'm not going to bother watching Gramps Goes to College now. This was like a pretty straightforward, like, work your way back onto the football team movie.
Yeah. Yeah, because even they do make a dig at taking a philosophy class, but it's more about how football players don't need philosophy It had nothing to do with philosophy being.
You should have tackled the philosophy teacher like the water boy.
Mama. Yeah, I would love if Michael Chiklis was putting on an accent.
Yeah.
Oh, Mama. Oh, Mama, you didn't tell me Daddy had a Bible.
Or it would have been good if, like, the philosophy 101 professor is, like, talking about something existential and he just, like, flies in from off camera to tackle them.
Drive yourself home. Don't do that.
Yeah, not enough actual college scenes. It was just all football stuff. You're right. It should have been 2 hours, not long enough.
I think it was because whoever wrote it had never met a college age student. Because the only time the college people did talk, they were like, "Damn, Rubber Band Man is a great song." Or, "Wait, you're not the professor. You're one of the other students. OMG."
Yeah. Also, almost all of the other teammates on his team were positive and like, "It's great to have you here." There was only one guy, the guy who injured him intentionally, who was like, "Yeah, you're a great story, but we need, you see his friend losing the spot on the team so that he gets the spot."
Yeah.
And he's mad about that.
That would make a lot of people very uncomfortable if there was one guy on your team who was like physically bullying an old man on your team.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And there wasn't more about
he
that.
Was bullying the like fourth string like kick
punt return
field goal blocker. I feel like I don't know. I don't really necessarily think that you need the most depth there. I think you can throw a 58-year-old a bone.
Yeah, but they didn't do anything else with him or anybody else he talks to or anything. It is irrelevant because it's not from Michael Flint's point of view.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he tells that adult injured guy who is delusional and thought he was going to go pro, but he got injured and no longer will he be able to lift his entire larger family out of poverty. And then Michael Chiklis goes, "But I'll tell you what, I'm going to get a tackle and I'm going to dedicate it to you, little buddy."
Actually, that's what reminded me of that. Did either of you watch that Dar Man short that I sent y'all?
No, I didn't watch it.
So I looked up because dear listeners, if you haven't figured it out, the reason we're covering a football movie now is because it's for the Super Bowl. And one of the most exciting things about this Super Bowl is that they just announced that Dar Man, the great Dar Man, is now what's his honorary title the NFL gave him?
Ambassador of Kindness, I think.
The Chief Kindness Officer.
Yes.
CKO. The Chief Kindness Officer.
Every company needs one.
So I looked up, of course, it's just like Dar Man football, and there's multiple shorts to pick from. But in one of them, it's about how the coach, for no reason, drops the best player on the team, I guess, on an NFL team. It makes no sense. You can't contractually, it made no sense. And he's really mad. And the coach is like, "You'll just never be an inspiration to anyone."
We've got some bad news. I really hate to do this, but I'm going to have to cut you both from the team.
Whoa. What? You can't be serious, Coach. I've been catching every pass thrown my way, and Mike just had 2 interceptions last game.
The NFL is a business. It's nothing personal.
Coach, please. Football's my life. Our lives. All I ever wanted to do was be somebody and inspire people. It's my chance.
Son, I hate to break this to you, but guys like you don't inspire people. You're lucky to have made it this far.
And he's like, "Yeah, I'll prove you wrong." And then he ends up becoming like a motivation. He never plays football again, but he becomes a motivational speaker and is like making lots of money. And it ends with like the coach showing up at one of his talks and being like, "You're such an inspiration."
Oh, wow.
Hey, it's been a while. I haven't seen you since
you cut me. You said guys like me would never inspire people. I remember.
Yeah. Hey, I'm really sorry about that.
It's okay, Coach. I forgave you a long time ago. Why are you here?
I'm actually here to hear you speak. You know, I'm a big fan. Hey, I even read your book.
Wow. That's great.
See, life is long. You got to stick with stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Even if you don't stick with stuff.
Exactly.
And maybe Darman could have consulted on this a little bit, and the movie goes a totally different direction.
I think that would have been great. More Darman. They needed more time in this movie, more college scenes, more Darman wisdom.
Yeah, he should have narrated it. He should do like play-by-play commentary for
Super
Bowl, because he does his early video. I don't know if he still does, but he always like narrates his videos.
Oh yeah.
He says, "And so you see," that's the famous Darman phrase.
Oh, that would have been great if they had him play the son.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like it.
And then you have your little bookend narration. That would have been really nice.
Yeah, Darman also famously likes to fudge his origin story and talk about being homeless and sleeping on a couch, having dedicated his life to making inspirational films before he got famous. He leaves out the fact that that is true, but he had a little bit of a safety net in the fact that his parents own they're like two of the biggest property owners in all of San Francisco.
Oh my God.
Well, so he owned the couch that he was sleeping on.
He owned the building of the couch.
Right.
That housed the couch that he was sleeping on. Yeah.
He was like the property manager. It's just a job he didn't have to apply for.
There's so much pressure to follow in the footsteps of your parents, and it takes a
true.
lot of bravery to stare at a real estate empire and say, no, instead I'm going to use just a fraction of that money to become a YouTube empire.
Yep. Still got to be an empire.
Yeah.
I'm not going to punch the punching bag. I'm going to punch something else. Thank you very much.
As long as you go to tenure.
Oh yeah, and he's mad at that. Was a weird part too, where his son doesn't think he can get tenure yet, but he likes teaching the classes he's teaching at a college. Yeah. And his dad's like, "You got to move on and get tenure. If that's what you want, that's what you got to do." And that's kind of like, I don't think we're on the same page here.
Isn't tenure like one of the problems with higher education?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's very hard to get now. So if you actually are comfortable in a role that you like, then to my understanding, you should probably stick with it.
It reminds me
college landscape.
Yeah. Getting that type of advice, like from dad who did not finish college in 1971. It's like when I was single, my parents used to always try to give me dating advice, even though they married their high school sweethearts and had not dated in 40 years. And so they would cherry pick things from the Big Bang Theory to tell me.
Later the sock hop.
Yeah. Just grab her, son, and tell her you love her. Just grab her physically.
Yeah. When's the next high school dance? The last thing I wanted to note, and then we should rate this thing, is his big thing that was in the trailer that was also in the movie is he says, "We're not defined by our successes. We're defined by our regrets." And then he goes on to the rest of his speech. What did you two think about that statement?
It's sad statement from a sad man.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nasty.
Like, what is this focus on regret and the fear of regret? Like, just you need to be at peace with yourself.
Time is irreversible, dude. You can't.
You have a family. You have a wife and kids.
You have a giant fucking house.
You're still thinking about not finishing your senior year of football. Like, haven't you moved on with your life? You're 58 years old.
Yeah.
6 years from retirement.
You haven't played football in 50 years.
Yeah.
Or 40 years.
37.
Years.
37
Yeah.
years.
30, whatever. Yeah, but you get the idea.
37 years. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are, everybody wishes they said a pithy thing after the fact, but to think about it 20 years later, 37 years later, doggy, that's the wrong takeaway.
I mean, the real story feels more like a brand building exercise.
Yeah.
Pun not intended, but the guy sells exercise equipment.
Right.
Like he has an exercise equipment brand. I can't imagine this whole thing was anything more than a publicity stunt to show like how in shape
1,000%.
Which is not at all what the movie is like.
Yes.
Is that the man in the movie is incredibly out of shape.
And they show so many clips. They clearly had a press agent. He went to a small school. He's on Fox. He's on CNN. He's on Good Morning America. He's on Robin Meade is talking to him. Like it was such a publicity stunt. And before I knew that he was actually a professional fitness person, I thought it was a publicity stunt. But now there's no question. These are made up motivations. And for whatever reason, the writers of the movie decided to lean into the pathetic sadness.
Yep.
Ugh. Just same old shit. They could have done something new that was more true to the story. That would have been very telling about where professional sports at now, that like gambling is so involved and building your own personal brand, like to the point of team being a genuinely exciting thing. Like there's so many youth now too, who are just like, oh, I just follow these different players,
right?
And don't even have like a team that's their favorite.
It's also like, it's also the movie. The story is really about taking care of yourself and working like hard and living a healthy lifestyle, which like the movie is just about like, I want to do this really, really bad. And I'm going to be depressed if I don't get to do it. And sheerly by the fact that I want something so bad and I'm willing to work just as hard as everybody else to get there and not any harder. Like the movie had no message.
No.
Other than it was like, you can never escape your past, so you might as well try to relive it.
Right.
Like the real story is that like he got there and like according to people, like he was able to outperform some of the college athletes.
Right.
In some of the like strength and conditioning exercises, which makes sense given the fact that he had like a 35 more years of weightlifting.
Yeah.
This was just about like a construction worker who wanted to, I don't even fucking know. This is just about a sad man, a very sad man. Should we review it?
Inspiring. Let's review this. Well,
rate it.
Boys, my football-loving compañeros. That's a throwback. What did we think about The Senior from either 2023 or 2025?
I'm going to give this 28 out of 28 years old, which is you guys saw in the video I sent earlier how old Drake was when he pulled his own senior moment and went to film and shoot around with the Kentucky Wildcats college basketball team. There's some very, very funny footage of that if you really want to, bask in how pathetic the pedophile Drake is. Also, he's a pedophile and he's hanging out. He's joining a fucking basketball team full of 17-year-olds.
Yeah.
The signs were all there.
Point.
Yeah.
He is a sad, sad man. Like his life was probably ruined by the fact that he was a child actor.
Yeah.
I want to say his life was ruined. He's went on to have a very successful life.
Right. Everything's good.
But it's clearly caused some sort of wounds there in that he did not get to have a childhood. And so he is reliving. I think he's going to have a Michael Jackson turn when he's like in his 40s or 50s.
Oh, you mean driving around throwing water balloons at the homeless?
Yeah.
Hanging out with Brett Ratner.
Yeah.
No, yeah. He is definitely going to have a Michael Jackson level breakdown.
Man.
I would give this one 49 out of 49 unwarranted violent outbursts at the person you care about the most, particularly because even though his number was 30 when he was in college originally, and he was 59 when he returned to play again, they gave him the number 49, which just created numerological issues that I think there is some sort of Pythagorean formula to this movie that I probably will have to look into further.
It hadn't been like 49 years since his... No.
It's kind of inexplicable. Because, yeah, you said it was 37.
Why didn't they just change that for the movie?
Right. Yeah, just give him 59. It's like it ties up nicely.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
Right. Yeah, that would be better.
Or 30 again. Why not?
30.
Like,
Yeah, just
you could
give
do
him
whatever you want. You're making up half the movie anyways.
I figured somebody else already had that number.
There,
but you're right.
Yeah,
He couldn't for the movie.
He tried to buy it off him. Can I give you some cigars and some? Hey, you mind if I
give them
get your
Werther's
jersey?
Originals?
I'll give you some cigars, some nudie mags.
Well, I'm going to give this 30 out of 30 because that is the only number he ever should have had. I don't know what he's doing going back. It's okay to see a therapist. He should have done that instead. It's okay to meet up with your buddies, talk about regrets you might have had, and then keep talking about other things as well. It's a big world out there. Great movie. I loved it.
I can't wait till
what a nice
Super
time
Bowl.
we had. Oh, Nate, before we move on from here, is there anything you would like to tell us about?
Oh, yeah. Well, I do a podcast with former guest of this podcast, David Allen. We do Loose Lips by loosemeat.biz. Look for us now. You can join our Patreon at patreon.com/looselips. Get in now. Rebrand coming. So get in now while it's easy to search.
Ooh.
Kind of, relatively. And
you're going to make it harder to find your podcast?
I think the general thought is it'll be easier later, but and then we have David and I also do a lot of work with Highland Park TV, HLP TV on YouTube, so you can see a lot of sketch work we've done there, and et cetera, et cetera.
The Cum Store.
The Cum
Stores are now online.
The Cum Stores are online. We have been tasked with serializing a minor viral sketch, The Cum Store, and so we are now on episode 4. We're hoping to make it at least 5. And so
Cum Store 4 coming before Rush Hour 4. I just want to note.
You will see Cum Store 4 before you see Rush Hour 4. I'm actually getting off this podcast to write Cum Store 4 later this evening. It will be written by the time you, the listener, hears this.
Amazing. Well, that about does it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today for our very special Super Bowl episode of Boys Bible Study covering the movie The Senior. If you would like to hear more of us talk about wonderful movies, please go to boysbiblestudy.com, sign up for our Patreon, where as a patron you can get about twice as many episodes. They're all evergreen. We've never said anything that aged poorly. They're all just as good today as they were 37 years ago. Thank you very much to all our very special seniors who take part in our Patreon, especially our patron saints, Marissa, Frank, Jeff, and Mark. We appreciate y'all so much. And as always, our outro music is Oh My God by Mary. from all us folks at Boys Bible Study, peace be with you.
And also with you.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I feel your love in me, it's coming from within. Oh my God, my devotion is so unwavering. Divine emotions when you enter me. Every day